This is a quick demo of the new interface of our recorders, and I'm going to be showing you briefly some of the things that you will find in this new interface. The first thing you will notice is that the icons are a little bit different, and also the menus are now having a blue color, and the icons are a little bit different as well, like I mentioned before. The way you access the unit is the same way as always. When you're using the local interface using a mouse, you can right click and left click to select. So it's the same way. And then to access the unit itself, you go to the main menu and you log in. So I have the same standard usernames. I use this demo for the app, so that will not show by default. So I logged in, and now it's broken down in 3 sections. The first section, you will find the search option, the backup footage option, and the shutdown option. The search option is the same as always, except that in this particular unit, you can use Smart Search. If you wanted to, you can now search using a Smart Search. Now, the way Smart Search works is you select a channel, okay? And then you select the Smart Search option, and then you drag with your mouse the area that you're interested in figuring out if there's something happening there. Then you click again Smart Search, and the NVR or the recorder is gonna look on this area only and see what happened in that area, and it will show you footage that happened only on that area, or it was generated on that area. Now if you right click, and it's gonna ask you, yes, you wanna exit that. Other than that, is the same way. You have the calendar. You can pick up a day, and then you can pick up any time, and then you can basically start seeing footage right away. You have, ways to add marks to it. For example, there's a point of interest there. You can add a name to it, and then later on you can search for that right here. Okay. The backup section is for you to back up footage. So now you can select the type of footage you want to back up, the start time and the end time, the channels, and the file format. Now it's showing up there as well. You can add it there. This is a way to do it, and then just simply hit start once you insert the USB or USB hard drive if you wanted to. The info, it shows you information about the recorder in general, all of the the hard drives that you have to install. Here, the recordings that each hard drive have. In this case, you only have one. The bytes per second, and how much bandwidth each camera or each channel is using. The version of the unit itself, and you have different event tabs that you can click on it as well. You can see logs. You can select different dates if you wanted to, and so on. You can double click on them and see what happened on that log, detailed information. Online users, if someone is logged in currently over the network, the LAN status. You can do a test by just pinging a camera or an IP address on that network, etc. Under setup, you can now you can see the you can add cameras. In this example, this is an NVR, so I have all of these options in here, or all of these IP addresses that I can just add to the NVR interface. I can just simply hit device search, and it will search the entire network for devices that they are compatible with this unit, and actually I can filter them, and it will show me only that. I can just double click here, and it will put it from lower to higher numbers, and it's very easy, very simple to add. Just select the channels that you wanted to add or the devices you wanted to add and click add. As you notice here, this little icon right there, you can change the IP of the device right there on the spot. Very easy to do. You can see the status of that, if it's currently detecting motion. You can see the firmware. It's very intuitive, very nice interface now. You can also access the image settings of each camera. You can change the configuration. For example, I want this to be a normal instead of day only, You can see the color changes. You can flip it if you wanted to. As long as you keep applying the settings, it will flip the image. Very easy, very nice from the local interface of the DVR. You can access the recording resolution. If it's going to be recording regular recording or motion detection, you can set up different resolutions and frames. In fact, you can only change the frames, not the resolutions. But you can configure it that way. You can select how you're going to be displaying the resolution over your phone, for example. In this case, I'm going to be using D1, etc. And you can name the cameras. This is what basically will show up on your web service when you log in. Only is compatible with EL series cameras, not ONVIF cameras. You cannot label ONVIF cameras from here. You notice also that you don't have to exit the menu, so you can just simply navigate throughout the tabs. It makes it way easier. The network keeps the same basic functions. You know, you have DHCP. You can here configure your video detection, regions for every channel. You know, you have, this camera has 4 different type of regions and settings that we can set. You can configure your alarm outputs if the camera has alarm outputs. In this case, it doesn't. A normality. You know, there is an infinite things that you can do on this new interface, and it's very simple to use. And lastly, here you can see all of the general information of your NVR or DVR, you know, like the date, the format of the date, if it's 24 hours, etc. You can configure PDZs, you can configure your accounts. Very easy to use, very simple, and this is pretty much the future of the web interface of our recorders. And I hope you like it, and thank you for watching.